Good evening, children. Today, what topic I decided to teach you? Difference between final goods and intermediate goods. So, before starting the topic, first of all, I want to make you clear why it is important to know the difference between final and intermediate goods. So, again, I will take you to the very first chapter, circular flow of income. Right? In circular flow of income, three phases are there. Production phase, which method is applied? Value added method. What we are adding? We are adding value of all final goods and services by primary, secondary and tertiary sectors. Right? Second phase is distribution phase. Which method we are using? Income method. And what we are adding? We are adding sum of factor income. So yesterday I taught you the difference between factor income and transfer income. Once you are using income method, you should know which are factor income, which are transfer income. Come to the third phase of circular flow of income, which is disposition phase. And which method we are using? Expenditure method we are using. And what we are adding here? We are doing the sum of expenditure by on all final goods and services by all four sectors. Which are the four sectors? Household sector, farm, government and foreign sector. All four sectors are doing the expenditure on final good is to be added. So, value added method and expenditure method. To use these two methods, you should know which are the final goods. Understood? If you don't know the difference between the final and intermediate, you can't estimate any of the aggregate of national income, NDP at FC, NNP at FC, NNP at MP, nothing you can calculate without knowing the difference between the goods, final and intermediate. So let's start the topic, final goods and intermediate goods. Which are the final and which are the intermediate goods. You know, intermediate goods, the value of intermediate good, why we are not adding? Because value of intermediate good is added with value of final goods. So we are not supposed to add the value of intermediate, because the value of intermediate good is added with the value of final goods. For example, if I will take the example of flour. Flour value is suppose rupees 50 per kg and biscuit price is rupees 100 per packet, right? So value of flour 50 rupees is added with the value of biscuit packet. If I will add value of flour in the estimation of national income and value of biscuit both. So value of flour is added twice in the estimation of national income. It is known as the problem of double counting. Once the value of any commodity is added more than once in the estimation of national or domestic income, and it will cause overestimation of national income, because by adding the value of one commodity more than once, it will cause overestimation of national income. So you should know the difference between the final and intermediate goods, so that you can add final goods and can leave intermediate in value added method, in expenditure method. So goods can be divided as final good and intermediate. Right? Intermediate. Final goods again we classify as consumption good and capital good. Capital goods are demanded by whom? Producers. Right? And consumption good is demanded by household sector for the direct satisfaction of their wants. Like non-durable good. Like after the class I will take a cup of tea. This is what? A non-durable good. And semi-durable good, like I am wearing this dress. This is what? Semi-durable. Like shoe, footwear, right? This is what? Semi-durable. Whose lifetime is more than non-durable or less than durable, right? Third one, durable. Like TV, like refrigerator, like car. These are durable consumption goods. And be very careful. House in which I am deciding this flat is never is a durable consumption good. House is always a capital good, right? Because it provides the services of housing year after year. So house never comes under the category of durable consumption good, right? And services like services of education, health, etc. Capital goods are those goods which are used by the producer during production process for several years. This is also used by the producer. This is also used. Both are the producer good, right? But this intermediate goods are used within the year only, right? And the capital goods are used year after year during production process by the producer, right? That is the main point of difference, right? For example, if I will take the example of your school, right? In your school, the bus, blackboard, furniture, fan, computers, these all are capital goods because they are used during production process year after year in your school, right? And come to intermediate goods in reference of your school like petrol, diesel, CNG, stationery used in the office, right? And the bathroom cleaner, right? Like and the chalk, duster, these all are intermediate goods because the lifetime of these goods is not more than 1 year, right? So this is the intermediate good. Here I want to explain one more point which is very much important. You know, the goods which are purchased by the producer for further production as raw material, if it is not used in the same year for production of other goods, right, it will be treated as the capital good. For example, I purchased the raw material of 100 crore rupees, but out of 100 crore rupees raw material which is intermediate good, I used only 70 crore rupees raw material in same year, right? And 30 crore raw material is not used. So this 30 crore will be treated as capital good, change in stock, and is a part of capital good, and this value is added in the estimation of national income because 30 crore production, this is the production of same year. So this is added with the value of final goods, but this 30 crore is not added anywhere. So we have to add the 30 crore raw material, change in stock, lying with the producer as capital good, and it will be treated as final good, right? But the same way, if household sector will purchase anything here as a stock and it is not used in the same year, like I will purchase the wheat and the wheat purchased in 2024, I cannot use it. It will carry forward for the next year also. So here this stock lying with me is not treated as the capital good because the moment I purchase the wheat, right, whether it will be used this year or it will be used in the next year, by household sector is treated always as consumption good. This is the point of you have to remember this point, right? So which are the final goods is to be added and intermediate goods never be added because the value of intermediate good is added with the value of final good. Like in your school, here the chalk, duster and stationery use, this diesel and petrol, CNG value is added with the fees paid by you all. But the value of bus, capital good, value of pen in your classroom is not added with the value of fees paid by you all. So intermediate good value is added with the value of final goods. So to avoid the problem of double counting, to just overcome the problem of overestimation of national income, we are not supposed to add intermediate, we are supposed to add only final goods. So which are the final goods? Final goods are those goods which are used by the producer or consumption, household sector for the final use, which are purchased by the final user, and they are not purchased by the final user, right? And final goods are not meant for resale, right? Intermediate goods are meant for resale, right? There is no value addition in case of final goods, but there is a value addition in case of intermediate good, right? So we are not, that may be the within the production boundary, right? And it comes out of production boundary. Here I want to make one point clear to you. There is a difference between the final and finished good. Finished goods can be final, can be intermediate. The commodity which come outside the production boundary is a finished good, because like a refrigerator, if it is purchased by the that dealer, right? So it is an intermediate, it's a finished good, but it is an intermediate. Again dealer will sell it to final user by adding some value. So there is some value addition in case of refrigerator. So it is treated as the intermediate good. So finished good and final goods both are different. Understood?